Let's give it up one more time for Marcos, everybody. Just gonna do it like this. How's... Thank you. Give it up for my lovely assistants. It's great to be here. First time doing comedy in a library. It's awesome. Actually, this is the 5th time I've done stand-up this week, and it's the first time where it wasn't in a basement. So that's kind of exciting. It's good to be doing stand-up above sea level for once. Especially because I am 6'5", so for me, basements are kind of dangerous places. It's one of those situations where if I randomly decide to jump, I am instantly dead. It is over. Which I think would lead to a lot of just really embarrassing conversations in the afterlife. We have this guy. He died in a bar fight. This other guy died trying to rescue a bunch of people from a burning building. Then I would have to be just like, I jumped into a ceiling. And that's my story, you guys. I think that would be pretty embarrassing. I don't really work right now. Actually, no. First, I want to say something else about that. One of the shows I did this week that was in a basement, I kind of did have a little bit of a close call with death, I feel, because it was a very tiny stage, about the size of this table here. Imagine that that's the stage. And above it, they decided to put the stage directly below this giant pipe. So I'm standing on a space that large, so if I want to go from talking to people on this side of the room to the people on this side of the room, I literally have to go like this. It's like I'm doing some sort of really bizarre dance the entire time. It was an odd experience. But as I was saying before, I don't really work right now. I kind of support myself through a mixture of stand-up, odd jobs, and a little bit of shoplifting. Because who needs a shopping cart when you have a good pair of sweatpants, right? You guys would be amazed how many frozen turkeys I can fit in my old high school gym uniform. It's 4, in case anyone is wondering, so if anyone needs any turkey after the show, I've got more than enough in the trunk of my car, just waiting for you guys. But I did used to have kind of a career. I used to work in politics, and I was recently looking for just an entry-level kind of job that wouldn't take much, that I could just sort of use to make ends meet. And it was really difficult because at every single interview I kept getting told that I was overqualified, which is the most annoying thing you could have possibly said to me. Because really what you're saying is that you would be great at this job. In fact, you might even be the best person on our team, but we are looking for someone much, much dumber. I see here you have a master's degree. Fantastic, good for you. But see, we're looking for someone with at least 5 prison tattoos. So, come back when you have a probation officer, and we'd love to add you to our team here at the Disney store. I think you'll fit in really well. I actually used to work for Disney. I played the character Goofy, it's true. Right out of high school, that was my first job. And because I did that for a little while in a really popular tourist attraction, this odd thing has sort of come out of that, and that is now there are families all around the world who have no idea that they have pictures in their houses of me hugging their children, which I think is pretty fucking creepy. I have a real problem when people when people don't take easy opportunities to improve their lives. Like, for instance, you can change your name over the internet. You don't even have to leave your house. You can change your legal name for $140. Yet, I did a show at Purdue University a few weeks ago, and the contact person's name for the student organization that was putting on the show, his name, and I'm not making this up, was Jake Rape. R-A-P-E, Rape. And what I wanted to say to him was just like, why are you wasting 4 years of your life and thousands upon thousands of dollars earning a college degree because no one is going to hire you to do anything ever. You're going to be unemployed for 100% of your life because there is no career whatsoever where that name is appropriate. You cannot be a doctor, you cannot be a lawyer, you cannot be a teacher. No one's going to want their kid in Mr. Rape's geometry class. Absolutely not. And so I got really curious about, like, are there other people with this name out there? So I went to whitepages.com and I just went to the last name and I just typed in rape and pressed enter, and there were over 100 results. There are more than 100 people in this country with listed phone numbers, and I really do need to start just calling them and asking them why they haven't changed their name. Maybe they're not aware that you can do this for $140. But there are over 100 people with that last name, and my favorite of these people is a woman named Autumn Rape. And I think I understand, like, what her family was trying to do is, like, you're stuck with, like, this terrible last name. Let's give you, like, a really sort of pretty, cute first name to kind of contrast it. But really, I feel like the end result just sounds like the world's most intrusive air freshener. I think would smell like pumpkin pie and tears. That's what Autumn Rape smells like to me, at least. Marcos was talking a lot about politics, political issues. As I said before, I used to work in politics. I'm a pretty political guy, so I've been following the presidential election pretty closely. And my favorite moment thus far has been the revelation that as, like, a teenager in high school, Mitt Romney was a gay basher. I don't know if you guys, like, saw that story. For anyone who's not familiar with that story, it was just, like, him and a bunch of other, like, cardiganed hooligans at his prep school went after this, like, flamboyant young man with, like, long flowing hair, and they held him down and they cut his hair, which just strikes me as the gayest possible way to gay bash someone.
Oh my God.
Mitt Romney's kind of the Vidal Sassoon of gay bashing. I just don't understand why they didn't complete the makeover. You know, get the eyebrows, maybe a little mani-pedi action. And doesn't that sound like the worst reality show of all time? Just Mitt Romney making over gay guys. Call it Mitt-Eye for the queer guy. If there were televisions in hell, that show is on every single one of those networks. That and, like, the Real Housewives of Gomorrah. Those bitches are crazy, right? And that's the first time I've ever sworn in a library, and it was exciting. Thank you guys very much. That was fun. It's like a penis flytrap.
Keep it going for Chris, everyone!